Okay, be honest with me. Look at this. What do you see? Hot water and cabbage, right? This is the grand illusion of Chinese haute cuisine. This is Kaishui Báicài, pronounced Kaishui Báicài, open water cabbage. And it is one of the most famous, most deceptive dishes served at Chinese state banquets to presidents and royalty. What looks like water is actually a broth that took me over 5 hours and a whole chicken to make. It is liquid sorcery. We start with the heart of the dish, the broth, and we're not messing around. I took a whole chicken and just halved it. Brutal, but necessary. Into the pot, it goes with some smashed ginger and whole green onions. We cover it with cold water and bring it up to a boil. Now, the first rule of Clear Broth Club, we immediately drop it to the barest, gentlest simmer. No big bubbles, just a few shy ones. We're not making a storm. We're coaxing flavor out patiently. I let this go for an hour. After an hour, I check in. The green onions have done their job. They're spent. I take them out. And now we begin the most satisfyingly tedious part of the process, skimming. Using a fine spoon, I gently scrape the surface, removing the foam, the fat, the little bits of impurity that would cloud our soup. This is the first step to clarity. And then we wait for hours. I let this simmer for 4 hours total, until the meat literally falls off the bone if you look at it wrong. Now here's where the real witchcraft happens. This broth is flavorful, but it's milky, cloudy. To make it look like water, we have to clear it. And the technique is brilliant. It's actually the exact same science behind a classic French consommé. I take a raw, rare chicken breast, blend it with some cold water into a pink, pasty slurry. This looks questionable. I pour this strange mixture into the cooled, cloudy broth and start to gently heat it. As it warms, the proteins in the ground meat coagulate and slowly float to the top, forming a solid, spongy raft. And as this raft forms, it acts like a superfine filter, trapping every single tiny particle that makes the broth cloudy. After it simmers, I carefully ladle out the broth from underneath the raft. And look, it's already clearer, but we're not done. Obsession is key. I do it again. This time with ground turkey. New raft, same process. The broth gets even more transparent. And then we go for a third round, another turkey raft. Why? Because on a state banquet table, pretty clear isn't good enough. It needs to be perfect. After the third clarification, look at this. It's not water. It's a light amber tea. It's crystal clear. It is pure, distilled chicken essence. The French call this consommé. In the Imperial Chinese kitchen, they perfected this centuries ago. The result is a flavor that's shockingly rich and clean at the same time. While the broth was working, I prepped the star of the show. Who doesn't know they're the star? The cabbage. We can't just chop it. This is a banquet dish. I take a small, tight Napa cabbage heart, peel off the outer layers, and cut it in half. Then I boil it briefly just to soften it. Now, for the sculpting. With a small paring knife, I carefully trim the base and shape the leaves to make it look like a closed lotus flower bud. It's fussy, it's delicate, and it's completely necessary for the final reveal. This is it, the moment of truth. I place my sculpted cabbage lotus bud into a deep, beautiful bowl. I bring my crystal clear 5-hour broth to a rolling boil. The heat is critical. And then I pour. Watch! As the boiling hot broth hits it, the heat forces the leaves to open and bloom, like a flower awakening. The hot water reveals itself to be this glorious, aromatic broth, cradling a delicate vegetable sculpture. The illusion is complete. Simple becomes sublime. So there you have it. Kaishuǐ Báicài, a dish that hides a universe of effort, history, and technique behind a facade of impossible simplicity. It's not just soup. It's a story, a spectacle, and one of the most incredible things you'll ever taste. Try making it. And remember, sometimes the simplest looking things are the most complex to create.